line up a little bit better. Damage pickoff, hell yeah, they have that. But as with every glue game so far this season, can they actually handle the glue? If the answer to that is yes, then they should be able to ride this out. If it's a no, TNC will be able to end the win streak.
Can't believe I'm saying this. We are on game number 3, TNC versus TLPH, with Oheb taking a bit of a step back, more passive on a carry, and the Farsa, we're gonna see it here today. Very fast, wings by wings as well. A lot of stuff get changed on that hero.
Yeah, speaking of stuff, how strong did Farsa actually become?
Pretty strong. Ultimate gets brought down really quickly. Wings by wings getting buffed up actually was my favorite adjustment to her. 150% increased movement speed now.
Zoom, zoom.
And when you mark someone with a Curse of Crow, you actually reveal the marked enemy's position, so you get a bit of vision on them.
So if Sanji was dangerous last week with the Farsa, what more now?
That's it. We're actually talking about maybe the Farsa might be insta-pick here. Benny Cutie!
Okay, good
Force
flicker.
out.
But JB flickers. Here comes the toss. Here comes the avalanche coming in from TLPH. Bringing it down this time, Benny Cutie. But Zaida with a clapback once again to bring down Daddy JB with electrifying beats. 1-for-1 trade, but that's still going to go in favor of TLPH.
All right, Liquid able to start things off with the first kill onto Benny Cutie, and that should slow down the farm a little bit of the Granger. Good thing Oheb wasn't getting taken out there, and the trade was just gold laner for Roamer. So Liquid winning the first sequence so far.
Now we're also going to see a bit more focus here in JP. Did use the flicker earlier to lock down a kill though. Yaoi has vision. I don't think they can contest though.
Sanji
But
using
they'll
wings
try.
by wings for reposition. Carl TZ still secures the turtle as they disengage. Good thing Sanji also used up the wings by wings to make sure Lord JM can't just go in at any given moment because he's zoned out, Lord JM.
Yeah, wings by wings does feel more zippy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Feels more zippy, a lot more ground covered, and it hurts. Everything just feels faster with this Farsa right now.
It would actually be for the new passive of her ultimate. So her Spiritual Unity passive, it reduces the interval of that by 1 second. So that's the bird. Watch out for Very. It's the little bit of extra damage that it can dish out. 8% extra damage.
Oh!
Okay,
Big oopsie.
was able to dodge out the Sever coming in from Carl TZ. So this is a signal to Yaoi that you can't just go in at any given moment. It's Carl TZ trying to work on Zaida. We're just waiting for the kick coming in from Yaoi. Gonna connect onto JP. First man down. Who is it gonna be? It's gonna be JP, but in exchange for Zaida and Yaoi. Then a 2-man swing for TLPH as Lord JM just working on Carl TZ. Will he be able to take down the young goat? One more hit and will do so successfully, but it's gonna get punished down by 3 members of the cavalry.
That's essentially a 2 for free here. Not sure if I would take that. Benny Cutie can't really join the fights quite yet. And Oheb happy to go and get those assists as well.
Yeah. JP and Oheb have around, alongside Sanford, all have 300 gold leads and counting and up against their counterparts. So it's actually doubled for Oheb, now at 600 over the Granger, looming around that value. So Liquid so far have been playing very well around their Farsa and their Jawhead.
That's an ejector and an unstoppable force used up already for Yaoi. But Yaoi was able to dodge it alongside the Cyclone Eye. So TLPH, still, their mid control is just too much for TNC so far. Second turtle will be responding.
And I kind of get why that's the case, right? Because despite Yaoi being on the Cho, he can't really utilize it as much. You can't kick people back quite yet because the damage profile is just, it's not there. You need to wait a few more levels before that can actually make a big difference.
Flickers in,
Those.
even steals away the feathered airstrike to send Sanji packing. That's 1 member gone for TLPH as he has to recall. All the while, Cavalry still working on the turtle. The committed already. Yaoi onto JP as he bursts down. Daddy JP Sanford onto the back, trying to re-engage over Yaoi as Zaida picks up the turtle. Oh, it might fall down in the hands of Zaida once again. Lord JM working on Sanford, and a 4-man kill for TNC.
You know what, you're talking about this, right, Renmar? The glue, how do they handle this?
Yep.
No answer yet.
Oh! How do they handle the duo of Lancy and Zaida as they kill Sanji even in between two turrets in the middle lane. And speaking of the middle lane, it's now been demolished by the Phoenix Army.
Very costly loss there for Team Liquid. JP initially wanted to commit the toss-up onto Yawi, but didn't have the right angle and the right time to do it. Yawi outplayed Daddy JP, and TNC Pro Team made them pay. JP will not be able to get the toss onto the glue. Split already committed.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna go.
He's gonna connect on to Sanford. Sanji zoning out TNC with a feathered airstrike. Lord
zone.
JM still on there with Sanford.
Zaida.
Here comes Zaida. Okay, got stopped there by Sanji, but Sanji got locked and erased once again. Oh, I'm trying to work on Yawi. That's one member down again for the Cavalry.
Things are falling apart for the Cavalry and TNC Pro Team. IMU is the best way to describe what TNC Pro Team could be saying to Team Liquid Philippines. For the amount of former Liquid members in their ranks, the play style that they go for. Again, I thought Team Liquid were the more refined version. TNC Pro Team are the hungrier, more aggressive version. And in this game, so far, after that second turtle, excuse me, they are the ones looking more refined.
That's true. It does feel like a blue blood transfusion here for TNC, and 50% blue blood is working out very well for them. It feels like they're getting buffed so much.
Yeah. Working as fast as possible, especially for Zaida. 314 KDA with the Joy. Again, you don't want Zaida to scale up as soon as possible with this Joy. And now TLPH trying to gain control over the mid lane again. And again, we have to remind you, a lot is at stake here for TLPH.
Oh,
JP missed it. Unstoppable Force gonna connect on to Lancey. Yeah, we gotta commit the kick once again. Here goes Bendy QT delivering the death sonata plus Rhapsody to bring down Daddy JP. Now Lord JM has his eyes set onto Sanford as he's being surrounded by 4 members of the Phoenix Army. Sanford still wrecking havoc into the middle lane, but a double kill coming in from Bendy QT. And the turtle stolen away by Carl TZ.
Yikes! Carl TZ just walked up and stole that after everything that TNC Pro Team did against Team Liquid, punishing JP's entry. JP even used the Unstoppable Force to try and make himself immune to crowd control effects against the Jeet Kune Do or against the kick of Yawi, but he was a little bit too early. He thought Yawi would bite the bait and go for it immediately, but Yawi waited and was patient. But after all of that, it was Carl TZ who walked up and stole the turtle. However, TNC Pro Team does have a 3,000 gold lead, and Team Liquid Philippines will have to crawl back in this.
You know, Carl TZ just living up to what he said during the mic check, that we have to remember that our former teammates are actually good, so we have to stay calm. Even with immense pressure that TNC is focusing, Carl TZ still locked his eyes on the objective, on the trade.
And right now, it does feel like that is the case, right? With Carl TZ just maximizing the use of his mechanics, what he's known for previously. But now, I don't know if that's going to be enough for the team fights later, because the team fights are going on the side of TNC so far.
Yeah. It might be because that Yawi is reading JP very well. Oh! A 4-mana knock-up!
Oh, that could have been so good.
Unfortunately,
that's a low light.
wasn't there.
That's a low light.
Okay, Zaida getting chased down, has to use the electrifying beat to walk away. Lord JM onto the back, but gonna get spotted out by Carl TZ. Here comes the feather air strike coming in from Sanji, forcing the split away from Lord JM.
Unfortunate. Just a bit too early or a bit too late for the other members of TNC. Which is it? I don't know. But that's gonna get clipped.
Yeah,
that's
gonna
one
be
thing I know.
I don't know if that was a miscomm or like a preemptive play. It was definitely, it didn't feel connected at all, right? There was no connection.
It's done.
It was done though. Going for the chase.
Here comes Unstoppable Force. JP manages to throw Yawi. Here
It's
comes
Yawi
the
again.
feathered airstrike. You already feel the patch onto Sanji. Sanji just raging. Let's just delivering the ultimate. Just too much for TNC. Zaida gonna get spotted out by JP. Was able to dash out. But again, TNC has 1 member down, and that's Yawi.
They have the glue though. Sanford going after Lancey, already forcing him back. Already forced to use the ultimate.
6 seconds on the Chode though. I don't think he's gonna make it in time if TLPH chooses to bum rush this.
Okay, Zaida working still for his orange buff. TLPH might be able to bomb rush the Lord. We're waiting for the Zaida entry here. Call TZ secures the Lord. JP with the throw. Here comes Unstoppable coming in from Benny QT as he picks up 1 more. Unstoppable for the storm.
Whoa!
They have to run. Flickers in coming in from TNC. They were able to stop away the feathered airstrike. That's 2 members down for Liquid.
The flicker in from Benny QT as well on that last one. Boy, oh boy. He is hungry for blood.
Good thing Sanji was able to go use the wings by wings, paired up with the Purify as well to make himself safe from crowd control so that he could get away safely. Liquid, though, will not be able to use this Lord. It's going to be stopped in his tracks by Zyda. We might be on the way to another long game here, as it's a full build for the Joy, already up to the Blood Wings. And going back at that replay, see what happens. Zyda showing up just in time, but Carl TZ did get it. A toss-up to save Sanford, but there were enough stacks brought down by the glue to latch on. A kick in the middle!
A kick in the middle, gonna go on to Yawi this
Yawi.
time. Okay, they're trying to work on JP. And now forcing TNC to back off because Yawi and Lord James got blasted in the middle lane.
That was Yawi who initiated that, but it's Team Liquid Philippines who won that pickoff take. TNC Pro Team.
Okay.
He might catch
What?
up. He's so low!
Shadow Strike to bring down the Filipino snipers. Benecuti working with the Detonata onto Sanford. Carl TZ in the picture this time. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Both teams will disengage, but Oheb will fall down.
What a read by Lancy and Benny Cutie, holding the right shrub to make sure that they can pick off Oheb.
What a huge, huge trade there. I think Benny QD, despite TNC losing out on some of these trades, he seems to be able to pick up the slack, especially after that last one. And making sure that he still has enough firepower is so important in this matchup.
I mean, fortunately for Benny QD, the only time he got taken down was towards the early game before he picked up the Sky Piercer. So right now he's rocking 7-1-2 KDA. He has 70 stacks on this Piercer.
Yikes.
Yikes. Big yikes there.
Team Liquid need to find that Granger again. Already 7-1-2.
Right. That way, you know what that's what I'm talking about, right?
Oh.
When you have a piercer, you need to not die. And so far, I would say Benny's doing a pretty good job in that. It's gonna take a while to build up those stacks again.
Yeah, again, it goes down to show Yawi goes in with the conceal. Okay, Lancy Shadow Strike. TLPH was prepared for that. Okay, no purifies yet used up by Sanji and Oheb. So TLPH still in a good position.
Already up to a Blade of Despair is that Granger.
Bang, bang.
Again, no wonder why the pickoffs by JP have been even more deadly. Of course, the new focusing mark on him. A lot more damage getting dealt out onto whoever he gets to catch. End of the team fight goes on long enough onto another target once the cooldown effect of the focusing mark goes off.
That's a 4-second cooldown, right? You mentioned?
Yeah.
That's so usable, especially on our rooms right now. Expect it to be a staple.
Yeah.
And it's making a big impact in this game.
JP, though, like, it's the trade. He keeps getting blasted here. He just knows he's good for the pickoff, but eventually he will get taken out. He can't sustain the team fight long enough, similar to Yawi. It's the two EXP laners who can. But even right now, Lord JM is feeling the damage the Team Liquid Philippines can dish out. But the problem is Liquid cannot reach the Granger. And every time Zyda shows up, it always seems to be at the perfect timing to disrupt them.
Okay, we're still waiting for what Lancy will pick up with the IMU, the Feathered Airstrike.
In this position, it's also very hard to pick up the Granger for JP.
Yeah.
Because he has to commit so much if he wants to reach the Granger.
Yeah.
And sometimes he will die if that happens.
Okay, Malefic Gun already built up by Oheb. Should give him a little bit more distance to damage from safety. Concealed by both roamers.
Okay. Oh, Lord James was able to split to cancel out
forced it out.
TLPH
They're
aggression.
running.
Okay, running
Oh, that's good. They forced out the split from the glue.
Okay.
Low.
For the price of the conceal,
Gotta
Yawi going
run!
in. Okay, we're able to purify, but also get blasted down. Sanji with a feathered airstrike. Looks like TLPH are slowly falling down. The immortality of JP will be popped, but Benny Cutie ensures the kill to his former daddy roamer. JP goes down.
Just when everyone's eyes were on a different prize, Yawi was able to find another one, and he was able to help pick off Oheb of all people.
Oh, the streak is shaking for TLPH. Zyda again secures an uncontested Lord.
They got the Purify off in time, but Oheb was just a little bit too deep. Zyda had the perfect angle to just dash through everyone and save the kill. 4-1 and 10. Another great performance by the jungler of TNC Pro Team. And Benny Cutie still too difficult for Team Liquid Philippines to reach.
I mean, normally, way back then, that's what we would pick a Farsa for, right? To reach those very hard-to-reach gold laners. But right now, the Feather Airstrike is not quite enough to slow down the Storm. And they're going to have to be more creative here to look for a way to catch him.
Yeah, okay, clearly going in conceal and just literally going front to back can't work for TLPH. They have to look for a very creative angle. It looks like, you know, I'm pretty sure Sanji has been missing the Lu Yi specifically for this game because they can't reach Benny Cutie.
These are the times when they would have a Lu Yi. It's so easy to just kick people from the back, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not available here.
Okay, TNC working on the mid lane turrets, slowly eliminating all the outer turrets for the side of TLPH. Lord sieging into the bottom lane. Here's a concealed plus Lancy with a feathered airstrike. 2 feathered airstrikes are falling down. Still no initiations. TNC taking discipline route as they take down the inhibitor down bottom.
Oh, look at the damage that Benecuti's dishing out. He was able to poke down Oheb, take down 35% of his health. And you see that Yawi popped the conceal, showed up. You're probably thinking, why didn't he commit the engagement onto Sanji? Probably knows that there's still a Purify available for Sanji, so he just stood there to see if Sanji will react and if they can take out the feathered airstrike much quicker. But Sanji did not budge, didn't blink. He held on to it, was able to maximize it, and Team Liquid Philippines just lose 1 turret.
I think they're very happy with that, right? I mean, that's the best you can do. You can't really clear off and go out of the map too much. And you can just hope for a big equalization. They can kind of just work on these minion waves, at least for the meantime. 45 seconds on the next Lord.
Still waiting for one more item for this Farsa. Need a little bit more raw damage coming out from those bursts. Only 3 so far. The Blood Wings, the Glowing Wand, and the Lightning Truncheon.
Yep.
Sanford just built up an anti-Karas, and it is up to a endless battle for Carl TZ. He's been pretty stacked item-wise for quite some time now, but Zyda has just proved to be more devastating in this game.
Especially after like catching up in itemization, right? So overall, I would say a pretty good job here for Zyda, making the plays happen, despite, you know, when TLPH least expects it. Usually the joys do fall off at this moment.
We'll see, because again, there was a slight buff towards the temporal rain that Zyda is rocking right now. So far, so good for 110. Sanji already cast. Here comes Yawi with a conceal, looking for a double man knockup. Who's the kick gonna connect onto? Yawi didn't still kick. And now TLPH still has hold over the Lord. How will they counter attack? JP goes after the back, tossing Yawi away. Yawi was able to walk away. Here comes the clapback coming in for the Phoenix Army. Lord J was able to split, sliding goes in. Got eliminated! 1 member down, looking to make it 2. JP is the next to fall. Sanji with a feathered airstrike, but TNC wants it all. They're going for the Lord.
Lord JM surviving, and again, Zyda and Benny Cutie. Their target is sure and locked. It just looked for Oheb. TLPH stand at 5-0. And what did I say at the beginning of the season? TNC in 5? This might be, that's what it meant.
Okay, Sanji, feathered airstrike. Lord JM zoning out Sanji there. 3 members are still up here. They didn't go for the Lord route. They tried to go for an end angle, but TLPH was ahead of them.
You got me all excited, TNC Pro Team. I really thought you were trying to go for it there, but all right, I'll take it.
It's actually very hard to do in the end.
No, but they're a full 5-man.
Oh, that's true though.
Wait, kick committed by Yawi. Purify as well by Sanji. Oheb back, full 5-man already for Team Liquid.
Oh, that cost them. I think that might have just cost them.
Yeah. I mean, TNC Pro Team still has a good chance of winning this game, but them hesitating and not going for the Lord, going for the end angle instead, means that TLPH has 1 more shot at this. One more shot to get this right for Liquid.
It's an even fight still, right? I mean, 4K at this point feels negligible. So I really hope they don't scratch their heads about that later.
In terms of the bodies though, yes, Lancy has a Wither Crown. He could come up with a big play there if ever he becomes a target of a kick. 0 deaths for him. Only 8 deaths in total for TNC Pro Team. TNC has gotten 19 kills.
Oheb's Purify is up.
Sanford can't go here. The minion wave too deep. Liquid might need to let go of this a little bit softly.
TNC at a disadvantage. A conceal coming in from Yawi. They're trying to push in for the Lord. Sanji with a feathered airstrike. Yawi goes in for the double man knockup once again, connecting onto Sanji. No Purify. Yawi's immortality will be pumped, but Sanji's a man down. Next one is JP. Carl Easy trying to clap back here inside. It goes in with an electrifying beast working on Sanford. And a kill onto Sanford. A triple kill for Benny Cutie. Welcome back to TLPH, but Carl Easy said immortality pump. Benny Cutie is there. Minions onto the bottom lane. OM working on. Lancey, a big wave onto the bottom lane. OM stays alive. Lancey as well. Carl Easy was able to clear it out.
Oh my goodness, this game just keeps on giving and giving and giving. I cannot.
Carl Teasy was serious. He really didn't want to give Benny Cutie the savage. He said that earlier in his mic check. And Carl Teasy, he said, Oheb, just survive. Handle it on your own. I'm going after Benny.
Oh my goodness.
This guy's a prophet. Didn't even know it.
12-2-4 for the Storm, and now Lord JM with the split. They want to connect on to Carl Teasy. He was able to jump in. OM just dissing out the damage. Lord James immortality will be pumped. Here comes Sanji in the picture. Sanji gets
No
one number down
way!
for TNC Army, and it looks like their hesitation to take the Lord earlier on is costing the Phoenix Army.
If Liquid somehow gets this goes into Carl Teasy's goated moments hall. Yaoi is here, Lancey's here. He goes down.
JP with a toss. Sanji with a final blow, sending Yaoi and Zaida away. Zaida with a pickup though. He was able to clear out Daddy JP. Zaida up against 3. Benny Cutie in the picture as well. Retribution battle call. TZ secures the Lord.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening?
It was at the palm of their hands.
This series definitely not disappointing anyone. It's not over yet.
Oh my goodness.
We're all but equal on the gold. The map control is also something that you can kind of debate here. And TNC are suddenly found looking for themselves again. They have to regroup here.
Yeah, they're now pushed back. Earlier on, a couple of minutes ago, they had the chance to get a Lord, decided to go for an end angle push. TLPH was able to clear out the minions, save 2 inhibitor turrets, and now TNC is left to defend for an oncoming Lord of TLPH.
Friends into foes. Multiple former members of Liquid now in TNC Pro Team. They have challenged the Cavalry, but the Cavalry continues to march on. 5-0 are they in the standings. And now, what looked like a game lost for them, they have found light at the end of the tunnel. A Lord marching up top. Minion waves coming in through top and mid. And a chance to go from 5-0 to 6-0.
All battle spells for Liquid are available. Yaoi doesn't have his flicker yet. Lord sieging in onto the top lane. It's going to be a matter of who's going to get a setup first. Sanji goes in with a strike, blasts Lancey out of the map, forcing TNC to back off. OM just continuing to pick up kills. The Filipino side number 2, and that is it. TLPH, the streak is still alive.
And it does feel like there is just no stopping the stampede, at least for the